What's going on, my friends, my family, my fellow gamers? This is your boy, PorterRock77, your only friend in these YouTube streets, coming back at you with another video. Check out the description box. There you'll see the link to my Twitter. Hit me up with a follow so we can continue the conversation. And of course, there's the link to my PayPal if you choose to donate to the channel and support it. But if you don't, it's all good, because what you're doing here is what I find the most important, is checking out the content. You know, hit up the comment section and all that. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Glad you're here. Hope you stick around by hitting the subscribe button, all right? Yo, on the real, these PlayStation haters are so full of it. It's almost embarrassing. They can't even keep up with their own gimmick correctly. I mean, if you're going to be a PlayStation hater, at least do it the right way. Stay in line with your mantra. Stay in line with your gimmick. Stay in line with whatever, process or thoughts or rationality you guys try to use. You know what I'm saying? To stay in line with your PlayStation hate. Because you guys are doing a shitty job at it. All right? And what am I talking about? Well, 3 recent developments, it's been covered. I didn't really make videos about each one separately. Didn't have much of the time to do back-to-back videos with my travels. But recently, we all know a couple of things. Number one, Amy Henning left EA. I guess the whole Star Wars project didn't pan out. And I will attribute that to this whole games as a service BS, because she's a writer and she creates phenomenal stories for single player focused games. And I guess this Star Wars 1313 or whatever project they were working on just not happening, all right? Because again, EA is looking at games as a service, multiplayer, milking, all that loot boxes, all that stuff. And she ain't having it, so she left. And now she went independent. So that's the first thing. Second thing, Nier Automata Become God's Edition is out on Xbox. All right, fantastic game. If you haven't played it and you're an Xbox gamer, you need to play it. It's gonna be one of the best. It's gonna be an amazing title you'll play in this gen overall. In my opinion, it's probably the best Xbox game next to Gears and Cuphead that you'll play. But anyway, that's just an opinion. That's number 2. And then number 3, we all know from back in E3, Microsoft purchased Ninja Theory. All right. So now they'll be exclusively making games for, Xbox and PC, obviously. It's not pretty much not going to be on PlayStation. Let's put it that way. Okay? So what do these 3 things have in common? Number 1, Amy Henning used to be part of Sony. And she used to be part of directing and writing for Uncharted. She was part of development. And as you know, Uncharted is a phenomenal franchise. Okay? So it's a PlayStation effect. Number 2, Nier Automata came out on PC and PlayStation. A lot of the people talking about this game were PlayStation fans on how this game was amazing. And it was made by Platinum Games. And Platinum Games had a sour taste in a lot of Xbox gamers' mouth due to the whole Scalebound thing. And during this time, most of them were saying Jap trash. Or I'm not interested in Japanese games or stuff like that. Or I could live without Japanese games, right? And then number 3, the purchase of Ninja Theory. Why Ninja Theory? Again, another independent developer, but PlayStation also had close ties. Sony has close ties with this company, primarily Heavenly Sword. Amazing game, great game. I wouldn't say it was a great game to pay $600 PS3. You know what I'm saying? But it was a great game just to play, just not at that cost. But it's a great game and stuff. And then they released recently or last year, whatever, Hellblade. Amazing game, $30. But it only launched on PlayStation and PC. And you saw some PlayStation gamers talking about it, giving it praise. While the Xbox gamers at the time were downplaying it. For one and done, short game, has no value, I buy Xbox for multiplayer. Right? So now you take all these 3 things. So what happened recently? Amy Henning having her own independent studio, whatever. You got Xbox gamers and even some Nintendo gamers saying, oh, the company should get her talent to make games for us. Because she's so great. Now she's great. Number 1. Number 2, Nier Automata. When PlayStation gamers were out there saying, yo, this game's amazing, probably one of the best games of 2017, all we got was Jap trash. One and done. I didn't buy an Xbox for Jap trash. I bought an Xbox for multiplayer. But now that it's on Xbox, oh, it's one of the best games I played. And then all the people who probably don't play it, right, on Xbox, because they're multiplayer focused, they're silent now. They're not going after their own saying, bro, this is not the shit we want to see on Xbox. This is one and done, Jap trash. We didn't fucking buy Xbox for this. No. They went after Sony fans When Sony fans were talking about that, when we were talking about Nier Automata last year, they went at us. We don't want that trash on Xbox. We want multiplayer. We want value. We want playability, replayability. But yet, you're not correcting your own. And then Fighting Ninja Theory, before the purchase of Microsoft, again, one and done games, no replay value. You play for 6 hours, then you're done. That's not value. That's not what we want on Xbox. But as soon as Microsoft purchased Ninja Theory, oh man, I can't wait for their next project. Oh man, Hellblade's awesome. Ooh, what games are you looking forward to? It's gonna be amazing. Maybe a Hellblade 2 or a new IP. Now we're talking one and done games. This is where y'all dudes are full of shit. And yeah, everybody's gonna be like, well, PlayStation, no. PlayStation nothing. You know how I prove? I'm gonna prove it to you right now. You saw Remedy's game Control on the Sony E3 show, right? It looks like another version of Quantum Break. How many PlayStation fans you see talking about on Twitter, talking shit about it, saying, oh, this game's going to be amazing, Remedy's the stuff, I can't wait. And I've been purposely scouring, looking for tweets about Control and see PlayStation's fan base reaction. And for the most part, we all generally agree. Remedy's a mediocre dev, and the game just looks nothing more than a sequel to Quantum Break. We're not impressed. We're not impressed that Remedy went multiplayer. I mean, good for them. If that's the best thing for their decision, you know, for their business, good on them. We're not knocking it. But Control, we're not really caring about that. We're talking about the big blockbuster game. We're talking about Spider-Man, Ghost of Tsushima, right? Hell, we're talking about Resident Evil Remake. More than that, Control, there's that. I already said up front, I'm not buying that game day one launch. At best, $20 when it comes to $20. Because I didn't really like Alan Wake, and I sure as hell didn't like Quantum Break. Quantum Break was very average or mediocre. So the products they've been releasing recently, I'm not really feeling what they've been releasing. So Control is not even in my radar. I'll address it when it's $20, or I might just fucking gamefly the shit. I'm just not really caring. And most PlayStation gamers ain't talking about it. So I think we're staying true to when we see Microsoft getting mediocre games. Most of us think Xbox games are mediocre. There's a few gems in there. Cuphead is an absolute gem. Gears 5 is a gem. It's an outstanding franchise. You know, stuff like that. And I'll be honest, there's some PlayStation gamers that do like Forza or Forza Horizon. They think it's an amazing game. I don't care about racing games, period. But the racing fans on PlayStation, some of them, a lot of them do like Forza Horizon. They love the open world stuff. You understand what I'm saying? But for the most part, you know. But it's funny how you dudes are all up Amy Henning's ass, all up Ninja Theory's ass, and all up Nier Automata's ass. So what is the lesson? The lesson is, you dudes don't enjoy what you want to enjoy. You enjoy what Microsoft tells you to enjoy. All right? That's just the bottom line. And I am absolutely convinced. Yo, when I saw dudes on Twitter who talked mad trash about Japanese games and instantly now loving a Japanese game simply because it's on their box, it's mind-boggling. It's just crazy how you allow a company to dictate what you like. All right? And you people say, but you're a PlayStation, Sony tells you dictate. No, they don't. How many times have I trashed Gran Turismo Sport? That franchise is dog shit. I hate racing games. I'm one of, or the 1886, a dog shit game. Graphically beautiful, but the gameplay is dog shit. People begging for a sequel for fucking what? Gorilla. Killzone? Let that franchise die. Because after releasing Horizon Zero Dawn, we're going to go back to Killzone? Unless they redo that game from the ground up. Unless they fix Order 1886, shit is trash. But I say that. I could do that. How many of you Xbox dudes can literally rip an Xbox game apart? How many of you can admit that certain games are absolute dog shit? And I'm not talking about, the multi-console owners where you play anything, you don't give a shit. I'm talking about the die-hard, ball-licking Microsoft fans that you are. The dudes that have Phil Spencer butt naked on a bearskin rug. I'm talking about you bums. How many of you can take a game that's absolute trash and just rip it apart? Without no effort. Like I just did. I could rip apart some of these PlayStation games. Like Order 86, I could rip that game shreds, and I have. Okay? PS Now, trash service. Absolute abysmal. I have no problems. PlayStation handhelds, I ain't even buy the Vita. And I will never buy a PlayStation handheld. That shit ain't happening. How many of you bums can do that? How many of you who slave over Microsoft can just really tear apart the worst things that Microsoft have? You can't. You don't have the ability to. Because you're told what to do. They tell you what to like. You guys are so up Microsoft's ass that if they told you at some point in the future that console gaming ain't really the best way to play, the best way to play games is through streaming on tablets and play on your PC, you will co-sign that statement. You will throw Xbox brand, what am I call it, to the wolves. You would just completely throw that brand to the wolves and agree with Microsoft because they tell you what to enjoy. They tell you what to like. They tell you how to like it. And that's just about it. And it's just sad. I will have more respect if you guys continue to bash Auotmata now that it's on your platform, validating the stuff you've been saying for the last 2-3 years, whatever, that you don't like Jab Trash, that you don't like one and done games, you prefer games with replay value. That I will respect more because at least you stuck tried and true to your BS. You stuck tried and true to how you feel and what you expect out of your platform. I could respect that. If you truly don't like Japanese developed games, if you truly don't like single player games because they don't have the value, you want replayability, I could respect that you held yourself to that standard throughout the whole way. I could respect if you bums who trashed Hellblade and one and done games, if you would have came out and been pissed that Microsoft spent money acquiring Ninja Theory. I would have more respect if you guys would have been like, Microsoft bought Ninja Theory? Why would you buy a company that only does one and done games? That's stupid, Microsoft. I didn't buy an Xbox for these one and done games. You should have bought a company that focuses on multiplayer. I pay Xbox Live for multiplayer. I would have respected you guys if you would have done that, because then I know you're honest. You're real. You expect something from the brand, and that's what you expect Microsoft to push. That's the narrative you want from Microsoft. I get that. I would totally respect that. But all you bums that are against one and done, you didn't say anything negative about the acquisition of Ninja Theory. And I was waiting for that for a while. And I didn't see it. None of you were upset that Microsoft paid money and acquired a game developer that develops one and done games. They don't make replayable multiplayer games, which is the stuff you guys bickered about. You sure as hell go after the PlayStation fans when we enjoy our one and done games, when we enjoy our single player experiences. You go at us and you don't even own a PlayStation. So why are you mad that we happy about these single player experiences? It has nothing to do with you. You don't own a PlayStation. But yet, when it hits home on your console, because those games will be single player, one and done, right? Why aren't you complaining? It's hitting your box. That's why you dudes, and a lot of these dudes at Xbox Computing are the laughing stock of gaming computer. You can say whatever you want about PlayStation fans or whatever. You can say we're aggressive. You can say we're the biggest trolls on the internet. You can say all that stuff, all right? But at the end of the day, we stand by what the hell we want. We stand by these games. Like it or not. We love them. We want Japanese games. We want our single-player games. And yes, we want our multiplayer games too, because multiplayer games sell the most on PlayStation. All the big multiplayer games are selling better on PlayStation. So we want it all. All right? So it's crazy about you dudes. But anyway, I'm going to leave it at that. Let me know what you think about these bums who can't even stick to what they actually like on their own platform. You know, tell me what you think about these bums that allow Microsoft to dictate what to play, how to play, who to like, when to enjoy it. Let me know what you think in the comment section. This is your boy, Porterbox77. If you're new to this channel, all right, hit the subscribe button. The little end cards here will be here to make it easier for you, and I appreciate it, all right? You take care. Peace.